We're on location here at the 2022 Lone Star Conference Football Media Day today, and I'm with Coach Jeff Girsch from Angelo State. Coach, really quickly then, 11-3 last season, a trip to the quarterfinals in the NCAA Division II playoffs. Congratulations on the season, and let's just start right there. It was a good year.
It was. I'm proud of what we were able to accomplish. You always look back at the end, and it takes some time because the last one you lost, on that part of it. If you don't win the national championship, you lost that last game. So we look at that game first and kind of evaluate. But, when you have a true chance to take a step back and look at what was accomplished by this group of young men, and it was great. I'm so proud of these guys. I'm proud of the coaches and the seniors that led us. And then, I'm really excited for what it brings for the future.
Coach, just a moment ago on the stage here in McKinney, and we're at McKinney ISD Stadium, which is the site of the national championship. I think it's a great place to hold a media day every year, as the Lone Star Conference does. But you mentioned the fact that last year is last year. Can you expand on that just a bit?
Well, none of those wins last year are going to get us a win this year, on that part of it. So we lost some great seniors, out of last year's class on both offense and defense, and, we got to replace those guys. So those guys aren't here anymore. So it's time for the next crop to step up, and they've done that. We recognize early when we get them back in January to make sure they understand, hey, listen, celebrate what you've done, but prepare for what's coming. And they've done a great job with that. Our juniors and guys have stepped up to be leaders in the program, and we're just looking to continue on with the success we had and hopefully make another run at it.
Coach, among those players, and I know there are many that you could mention, but among those that were mentioned here today, the preseason Offensive Player of the Year in the Lone Star Conference, Nathaniel Amayabu. Talk about him just a moment, what he means.
Well, he means a lot. Nate's an outstanding football player, but even better young man. His work ethic is unmatched on things. He's battled on a lot of different types of things in his career. But having, the luxury of having Nate back in the backfield, along with some other really good football players we have back there, we kind of shared the rock there a little bit last year and kept all those guys healthy. And but Nate's the leader in that group, and great work ethic and a great leader.
Coach, the season gets underway in September against Angelo State, and then an interesting game on the road at Colorado Mines. That's a team you faced in the playoffs, and I'd like to maybe see them again.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Angelo State's going to be a huge challenge for us. We flew out there and played last year, and quite frankly, won a game that was really tight. We probably shouldn't have won that football game, but we did, and that shows some perseverance with it. And then, getting Mines again, they knocked us out of the playoffs in the quarterfinals, but when they had an opening and we had an opening, ADs got together and coaches got together, and it's a no-doubt game we want to play. Angelo State wants to play in big football games throughout the season. We want to play them in late in the year as well, but, get an opportunity to go up against Mines, who is such a high-caliber football team, Final Four team last year, and get a measuring stick of where we're at early in the season. We look forward to that.
Okay, one more, Coach, and since I have you here, and I know what the coach on the other team will say about this because I've heard him talk enough times, but the season concludes against Midwestern State. You all are picked number 1, Midwestern State picked number 2. I think the schedule makers did a pretty good job in giving an opportunity for a big game at the close of the regular season. Talk about that game, too.
Well, anytime you face a Coach Maskell coach team, you're playing against one of the best, and I got so much respect for him. When he talks, I listen. I like to listen to him talk about the game so much, and he's a true legend in it, and he prepares his teams better than anybody in the conference. He's shown that year in and year out, and so we're excited about that matchup. And we've always had great football games with Midwestern State. Won some, lost some, and it'll be no different this year. It'll be an unbelievable football game. It'll be a great atmosphere, and again, anytime you get a chance to share a sideline with Coach Maskell, you take pride in that.
Coach Jeff Girsch from Angelo State. The Rams are picked at the top of the preseason poll here in the Lone Star Conference in 2022. Coach, we appreciate the time that you've given us today. We'll be following you all this season, and success to the Rams this year.
Well, thanks for having me, and I appreciate everything you guys do.